Hi, Gwen. It's Lisa. We are all ready whenever it hits 9 o'clock and you're ready to go.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. One, two, three. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes because I think only have 3 city councilors on at this point, and I think other people are getting on right now. Okay, this is Gwen Jones, Chair of Administration and Finance. And can you hear me, Lisa?
Yes, I sure can.
Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I think we've got 6 city councilors. I anticipate we'll get another 1 or 2, so we'll have a quorum by the time we do our business. In the meantime, I wanted to get the meeting started, and we, of course, are still holding meetings virtually. People can call into the meeting. The phone number to call into the meeting is 253-215-8782. And the meeting ID is 960-049-3694. You can also go to our website and go to the agenda for today's meeting and click on a link there to join the webinar. Please, if you want to participate and give public comment to the public, you need to press *9 to raise your hand so that I can see you. And I would also add, you can always leave City Council a voicemail if you want to provide information to us or public comment. The voicemail telephone number is 552-6012, and you can always email us at council@ci.missoula.mt.us. So thank you, Lisa. You can take that down and we'll go to our regular screen. And if you could do roll call, that would be great.
I sure can. All right, Stacy Anderson.
She is absent, I believe.
Absent. All right. Mirtha Becerra.
Present.
John Contos.
Here.
Heather Harp.
Present.
Jordan Hess. Looks like Jordan must be absent today. Gwen Jones.
Present.
Julie Merritt. Looks like Julie is absent today. Jesse Ramos.
I think he is absent.
Absent. Amber Sherrill.
Present.
Sandra Vasica. Absent. Brian von Lossberg.
Here.
And Heidi West.
Here.
We have 7 members in attendance.
Great, thank you. So we have a quorum. We have minutes from April 28th, 2021 to approve. Were there any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved, and I'm calling for public comment on items not on the agenda. I see no one in the waiting room, but let me just double check. Nope, we do not have any participants from the public, so we have no public comment on items not on the agenda. And we have one item of business today, a resolution for third quarter FY 2021 budget amendments and to set a public hearing for May 24th on this issue. And we have Lee Griffin here to present on this, I believe.
Hello, good morning. I am bringing the third quarter budget amendments and transfers to City Council. These are our pretty standard quarterly budget amendments. I'm going to share my screen and show folks the exhibit that we have outlining those budget amendments, and also let folks know that we will have staff available, additional staff available at the public hearing for additional questions. So the budget amendments that we're bringing forward are for parks and public works and utilities. Park District needs to incorporate a transfer into the Aquatics Fund, as well as the Caris Park Phase 1 capital project. Public Works is wanting to add a utilities engineer and green waste inspector. These 2 positions are going to be funded for the rest of this year out of existing operating revenues. And Public Works also wants to add the capital project for the recompute building remodel, which will help house additional Public Works and utility staff. We do have a new item that we're bringing forward to City Council, and this is an increase to FTE changes that currently do not require a budget amendment. Because the departments are absorbing these in their existing operating budgets, but they do wish to add them to the FY22 baseline budget. We have a human resources, senior human resource generalist, and 4 positions for community development, planning and innovation. These are the Deputy Director of Development Services and 2 associate planners and 1 assistant planner to help with those endeavors. Then we have budget carry forwards. These are items that were budgeted and funded in FY20 or not completed in FY20, and they wish to carry forward these appropriations into FY21 and complete these projects. These are all capital projects for parking, facilities, fire, wastewater, and water. And the total between those carry forwards and budget amendments will increase revenues for FY21 to the tune of, excuse me, I don't actually have the total there. It's the 128,226 plus the 99,287 from the amendments. It's a little over 300,000 and 386,000 from budget amendments and 2.5 million from the carry forwards. Another item that we bring forward to City Council, and this is primarily informational, but we want to be transparent and let folks understand all of the changes that ever happen to a budget, are our budget transfers. These are simply, these are not increasing or decreasing either revenues or expenditures, but they're simply taking them from one accounting code and moving them to another accounting code. So we do have about 5 pages listing out all of these changes. You'll see one of the reasons that we have so many of those happening is because in the prior year, we had put a lump sum total for increases in salaries into non-departmental amounts. And now it's a matter of staff taking each one of those and adding them to all of the appropriate departments. I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Lee. Any questions from council? Lee, I just kind of wanted to, I know you were scrambling to get all of this together for this morning, so I'm glad you were able to bring it all, and it'll be online for everyone to see. Regarding the FTEs and the utilities, that's just all covered in those enterprise funds. They've got capacity, it sounds like, so.
Correct.
Okay, and then the FTEs in the community planning division, those, they had capacity already? Are they kind of doing a rearranging? How is it that they're accommodating this?
They're doing a bit of rearranging. They're accommodating it through existing salary savings, which have occurred simply due to timing and hiring and sort of position shifting that's happening within that division. And HR is accommodating their budget similarly. So for FY21, they have enough room within their existing approved budget to accommodate the increase in FTE, but that will be an increase in number of FTEs to the baseline budget for next year's budget, which we will discuss when we present the FY22 budget to City Council and discuss those changes to baseline.
Understand. Okay, and I do know with our former Office of Development, now Community Planning Division, I don't have the full name, there has been they're needing to ramp up capacity, that there is a great need there. So I'm glad to see this come through. Mr. Von Lossberg.
Do you need a motion for the public hearing?
Yes, I do.
I'm happy to make that. And if I could speak to it briefly, and also ask Lee, you were just touching on this, Gwen, but I'm hoping you could put back up, Lee, that slide with the deputy and the planner positions in community development, innovation. I'm getting the acronym wrong as well. I know it ends with innovation. I just want to acknowledge what you just described. I appreciate the explanation, and be really clear, these positions are critically important and necessary. We've talked around the deputy position there in Aaron's department when we talked about like the reorganization, and then with all of the activity, the associate planner positions are desperately needed. So happy to make the motion and full support of it.
Great, thank you. Ms. Hart.
I too will be supporting the motion.
In regards to those particular salaries for planners, what I have heard from the development community, this is absolutely a critical piece to getting projects through our doors faster so that we can address our affordable housing issues. And if we don't have the people to approve the plans that come through and be able to pay them well enough to stay here in Missoula, we don't have any chance at trying to address our affordable housing issue. So I'm really glad to see that this amendment came forward. Thanks.
Great, thank you. This motion is in order. I'm going to call for public comment on it. I see no one in the attending room for public comment, and no other questions or any other questions or comments from council? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote. Lisa.
All right. Mirtha Becerra.
Yes.
John Contos.
Yes.
Heather Harp.
Yes.
Gwen Jones.
Yes.
Julie Merritt.
Yes.
Amber Sherrill.
Yes.
Brian Von Lossberg.
Yes.
And Heidi West.
Yes.
So that is unanimous with the 8 council members in attendance.
Great, thank you. And that can go onto the consent agenda then to set the public hearing for May 24th and let the record reflect that Ms. Merritt joined the meeting halfway through. And I believe that is the end of our business. So thank you, everyone, and we will stand adjourned.